Yeah, we were so at in flames. So,
Where's the Paska? Where's the Paska?
So there was a girl that knew the guys
in Leipzig.
from Leipzig, so she knew Groncho.
No, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know which one she knew, but she knew some guys from Salt City.
Yeah, but Salt City is. There are quite a number of guys, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't know Groncho. The rest of them, I've heard of them, but
Yeah, I don't know the other ones. But actually in Berlin, then I met the president of Salt City, I think.
the president.
He was hanging out with Laila there, and then
Naturally, yeah.
and then I wrote her a photo, and she said like, my boyfriend is going skating with him. So yeah, well, a small place, but
But I think the next time when you get to Dresden, you should also make time to go to Leipzig because it's not too far off. It's,
very nice. I know.
then you get
there,
to
so
then you get to meet Jules, Sarah, and a few others.
I don't know them.
Maybe Lisa as well if she's in town. But that's the thing. Like, how far is it for you? How far was it for you to travel from Switzerland to East
Dresden or
Germany?
Leipzig. I think the easiest is to take a plane. Then it's 1 hour, 1.5 hours.
From Switzerland?
Yeah.
I think there's a train that goes there. Oh
Yeah,
no,
there is, but that takes like 10 or 12 or 14 hours or something.
10 hours.
10 hours maybe.
Yeah, about. Because I remember taking
Because
the train.
take a train as well to go to Halle and Berlin. You don't want to talk about her, I think.
No, but I can simply say that she probably got a frequent train ticket to Halle.
There could be, yeah, there could be.
More than most people would be. But yeah, like it's really interesting when you have like Jugens from the less popular parts of Germany, because everyone just thinks about, oh yeah, Hamburg, there's gotta be Hamburger Berg and St. Pauli. Oh yeah, I know this part of Germany, Berlin, because there's Jugend. But the eastern side of Germany is also pretty interesting because they have also things to offer as well. You know, it's also the same when you travel to Finland. Like now, like today in sunny Tampere, where there's a rainbow behind us and the birds are chirping happily. Yeah, like, you know, when I got to Helsinki the first time, you know, and there was a Turbojugend gathering because it was close to the New Year's celebration, and then you see these people from the other parts of Finland, you know, guys from Seinäjoki, and then guys from Espoo, the guys from Kotka, and the guys from Ost Neuland. I'm reading all my kuta right now because I'm like, I need to remember these names and everything. So when these guys say, oh, you should come to our part of Finland, and most foreigners are just like, oh, you mean you're not from Helsinki? And you're like, no, there's other places in Finland other than Helsinki. There's Rovio, there's Rutio, there's
I don't know them all, but
yeah, but that's the fun part, because when you meet these people and they tell you where they come from, you start making like mental notes saying that, okay, I need to go to this place, I need to go to that place. Tampere was a cheat code because I knew some from Tampere before that, so that doesn't count. But like in the near future, when
I didn't even know Tampere existed like a week ago. And I thought, oh, where can I go in Finland?
But who told you about Tampere then?
Maybe Dominic said it could be a place to go if we're in Helsinki. Or I just found out by myself because I was just looking on Google Maps. Like, there's another city around Helsinki. I thought, there's something north. Like, it's called Tampere. And I put it in Wikipedia and it said, oh, Tampere is like the Manchester of the North. Wikipedia actually says the German Wikipedia. I thought, because that's a fantasy. I said, like, yeah, I don't know, why not?
And the Movement Museum. Above all else.
What is that?
Movement is basically a Finnish cartoon series that revolves around a family of hippos. Yeah, hippos, and they're like cartoon form, so they're like a family. So you have Moomin Papa, Moomin Mama, and then Moomin.
Yeah, I've seen the Moomin Museum on the map.
And
and you told me that you might want to go today.
going tomorrow.
I think it's not. If I don't know the series, it's not so bad not going there.
But they also have a catchy theme song. So
Okay.
How does it go?
And then like something, and then they'll sing in English or Finnish, and then the other moons, the other moons, the other moons. So that's ba 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 ba.
And vice was human contact. Was it drawn here or drawn here?
Was it? No,
Just by accident is here.
Yeah,
Okay.
just by accident.
because they realize that there are too many things in Helsinki that they need to.
Yeah, put tourists away
things
to
around.
Tampere.
Yeah, they called it first. Tampere called it
They
first.
call
Yeah.
tips first. They're like
Movies
movies. Yeah, yeah. we'll take the movies.
Take movies.
You guys can have Hanoi Rocks and him and whatever. We're taking the movies so that we can cultivate a family-friendly image in Tampere. And do you know that there are a few things that are from Finland, but you're never aware of.
Like,
Nokia, you know that, right?
yeah. But now Nokia is like dead.
The game Angry Birds is from Finland.
Oh, okay, no, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
Trust me. And I found out it was the Finns who did it, and I just said, yeah, they were probably drunk when they thought of it.
Yeah, let's make it burn.
Maybe one day just woke up in the middle of the park and they're like, wow, those birds are fighting. Well, I think I should make a game out of this.
Yeah.
And also, aside from football, I wouldn't use that because it's like a bit of a cheat code. They're also famous for Formula One.
Okay.
Do you watch Formula One?
Not that often.
Oh, man.
Which team is from Finland?
So, currently the famous racer in Formula One from Finland is Kimi Raikkonen.
This Kimi Raikkonen. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. And in the
And?
past they had some, like,
Who else?
yeah, one where they,
I know there was Heikki Kovalainen. Nico Rosberg is also Finnish, but
He's
he
not,
represents
actually.
Germany.
Yeah.
No, but Keke Rosberg.
Yeah, he
is Finnish.
pretends to be not Finnish.
He tries to be like his father, but.
And there's also Valtteri Bottas.
but there were also some in the past, like, what was the name,
Let me think.
ah,
I know this. Mika Häkkinen.
yeah, Mika Häkkinen, yeah.
I got my Finnish crap, man. I remember this because in the 90s while growing up, I watched Formula One and my team was Ferrari, but the driver was Michael Schumacher,
Yeah.
and he always had a rivalry with Mika Häkkinen. And I didn't hate Mika Häkkinen. I thought, wow, this guy is an opponent, but he's really good, But obviously, with most Finnish people, he's always like, yeah, I don't want to do interviews. I don't want to talk too much.
But Mika Häkkinen.
Yeah, Mika Häkkinen. He's more or less like low
Okay,
key and everything. And then like in the 2000s, then you had like Kimi Raikkonen, and he's also typical Iceman.
Yeah.
He doesn't talk much. And I think there was once they had the podium race and they were about to win and they were telling him instructions. He's like,
Yeah. you
yes,
shouldn't
I
win.
know what I'm doing. That's like a famous quote from him. And he was racing for McLaren, and then he went to the WRC, the World Racing Rally or something. And then he left. And then he
By
came
the way,
back.
that's the local fire station.
Ah,
That's one.
Fire station.
fire station.
Ah, okay. Yeah. That's why.
Oh, but then eventually he came back to Formula One, and then he raced for Lotus.
Yeah.
And at the time, I still follow Formula One, but it was really hard because I was like, oh man, I love Kimi, I love the Iceman, but he's racing for the rival team. So when he eventually came back to Ferrari, I was like, I can support him again without having to choose a side. And also like a few other people who are from Finland, but you can never tell, mostly, it's easy to say, the guys from bands, the guys from Formula One and sports and everything. But as a young child, I didn't know that Hanoi Rocks was Finnish. Because the guys from Hanoi Rocks, they use English names.
Okay.
So you had Michael Monroe, and the guitarist was Annie McCoy. What's it, Annie? McCoy.
Mhm.
Yes, it's Andy McCoy. I need to know this. So as a young kid, I always thought, Hanoi Rocks is
English.
it's an English band, you know, an English band doing the whole glam metal or the New York Dolls kind of style, kind of music. And then when I was a teenager, and I found out, and you know, I have idols like Ville Levallo and a few other guys, or like Jyrki from 69 Eyes. It's like, oh yeah, you know, growing up we watched Finnish bands like Hanoi Rocks, and I was like, Hanoi Rocks is Finnish? I could never tell. And it's really cool because like these Finnish bands, right? They do not overly promote themselves to be Finnish. Like in Sweden, where you have your death metal bands and everything, they always say, "Oh, we are Gothenburg death metal. We're from Stockholm. We're from Halmstad or something." Or I don't know, shopping, but who gives a fuck about shopping?
Who gives a fuck about shopping?
Like the only thing about the only two famous things about shopping are kebabs and Johan.
Yeah.
And
But
maybe
Johan is quite famous for shopping.
yeah, he's basically like the village bicycle of shopping. So every gay man has sex with him
Okay.
under the sink.
Yeah, that's possible, yeah.
It is possible. So when I discovered like all these Finnish bands, I'm like, I didn't know they were from Finland. And then you realize that the Finnish culture is like, yeah, we are in a band, no big deal. Everyone's in a band.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know that guy across the bar, he's in a band, but you know what? He doesn't give a shit. Neither do I. And that's how you promote Finnish music. By not giving a shit and just letting them perform, you know, to the best of your abilities.
Talif. Okay, he's napping.